Well, hello. Welcome to unit number 7 for the Training for Interpretive Trainers course. Now, this unit is on evaluation. Having done interpretive training for 40 years and having taught college courses in interpretation where we had students do different types of projects, I learned a couple of things. And one of the things I learned is that I can only really truly evaluate how well they've grasped the concepts that I was teaching by watching them actually do and participate the concepts that I was teaching. So they had to create products. They had to do interpretive publications. They had to do an interpretive exhibit. And they had to do a stand-up interpretive program. Because only then could I really see if they understood how to use Tilden's interpretive principles. Only then could I really see if they were able to accomplish the objectives that their programs or their material was supposed to accomplish. Only then could I really see if they had a good interpretive theme and if their program or their material actually exemplified the theme, illustrated the theme. Secondly, we've done some pre- and post-test questionnaires. With the Army Corps of Engineers course that I've been teaching for like 30 years, we do a pre-test on all the concepts that I want to teach to see how much people already know about those. And then we do the course, and then we do a post-test evaluation. I want to see if there's any change from what they knew or didn't know at the beginning of the course to if the course actually increased their knowledge or increased their understanding of the concepts. So as an interpretive trainer, you have, H-A-V-E, have to have a way to critique the results of your training. Otherwise, you'll never know if you did a good job or not. If you have a course, and again, the course that people still can't do an interpretive walk that has a theme and has objectives and use interpretive principles, then essentially your course didn't work. So as a trainer, you want to know how well you did, as well as be able to see how well your participants did. So for this unit, I've included a couple things. I've included a pre- and post-test survey exam that I use for my Corps of Engineers courses. And you might want to do that for your training. You might want to create a pre-test to find out how much people know about interpretation or Tilden's principles or whatever. And then have the post-test at the end of your training to see if they actually remember any of it. But then also you need to incorporate your practicums. And that's why we spent some time on practicums in the last units. That as a trainer, you have to be able to observe and watch people doing interpretation. And only then can you really see if they can do interpretation. Do they demonstrate the use of Tilden's principles? Do they have a theme? Do they use active language? What about their body language? How is that working? How are they working with an audience? So the evaluation has two parts. It has a written test part where you can kind of see how much they remember. And even more importantly, how much they knew about interpretation or these principles before the course started. And it's a way of measuring to see if during your training, if something just didn't work. The pre-test and the post-test, nothing changed. They were both low scores to start out with. And then I've also given you a YouTube video to watch. This is a program that was presented in one of my training courses. We had groups of interpreters in the course create an interpreter program. They had to have a theme. They had to have objectives. So I want to have you watch the program, and then I want you to kind of look at it and tell me how the interpreter principles that we've been talking about were actually used by the people presenting this interpreter program to our group. Our group had 30 people in it. So it's a way to see how the training actually turned into a product. So that's it for this unit. It's an important one. As a trainer, you have to do evaluation. You have to find out if the course that you did actually worked. So I hope that you'll enjoy watching the video in particular. And I'm going to ask you to send me your evaluation criteria so that I can review what you've done. And if we need to talk about it, we can talk about it. So that's it for this unit, and I'll look forward to seeing the materials that you sent me. Have a good one. Bye-bye.